After 7 years in the Netherlands, I returned to San Francisco. I was shocked. Billionaire homes across from homeless domes. 100K's poor, that's life in the Bay. Fentanyl's taking more lives by the day. AI is thriving. Downtown is dying.
What is happening in San Francisco?
AI-generated breathwork.
Do not visit the TL.
The drugs have gotten a lot worse. As the entire country of the Netherlands.
This is San Francisco.
San Francisco might be one of the most misunderstood cities in the world. I was born and raised here, but I feel like a stranger in my hometown. Something feels different. The soul of the city feels different. So let me show you San Francisco through the eyes of a local with a new European lens.
I grew up in San Francisco in the 90s with John Stamos, Bob Saget, the Olsen twins, and the Full House family. It's still a full house today, but starring founder and CEO Chad, spiritual healer Luna, and software engineer Kevin, with special guest.
Hey, I'm ChatGPT. What's up?
And the first big shock coming back to San Francisco.
Artificial general intelligence
is the most important thing.
ChatGPT, right?
ChatGPT creators here.
AI is literally everywhere.
AI billboards, AI trivia, AI yoga, AI employees, AI pickleball, AI pets, and even AI friends.
AI is overwhelming, but you know the scary thing? The fate of the world may be determined by these guys.
Tech bros. And they all have the same routine. Wake up at 5 a.m., meditate, journal, cold shower, go outside for 15 minutes of morning sunlight while listening to the Supreme Leader, compare tech salaries online, and feel like a loser, only making 300K. Time to start work. Hey, it's 5 p.m. Time to go build social capital at the SF Tech Bros Run Club.
Hey bro, what's new? Yo, I'm building a new mindfulness app. AI-generated breathwork. That's so cool. You bootstrapping? Just closed a $3 million pre-seed. Let's go! Let's celebrate. You want a vibe code tonight? Kent, I'm on a dopamine detox. No humans, no screens, no sugar. Sorry, man. Respect. And all good. I trained ChatGPT to be my best friend. We're gonna have some serious fun tonight.
Once upon a time, in a mystical valley, there lived a gentle herd of ponies with shimmering coats. They were known for their kindness and bravery.
Okay, not everyone's a tech bro, but the ones in San Francisco, they're different.
In Europe, no one brags on LinkedIn about getting hit by a car and still shipping code. But in San Francisco, it's get rich or die trying. But I get it.
People come here specifically to work in tech. And this is where all the top tech and startup companies are.
FANG. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google.
And brand names matter in America. If you're part of a brand, you wear it loud and proud.
On your body, on your dating profile.
What you do and where you work is a big part of your identity. And just like how Ivy Leaguers compare GPAs and test scores, FANG bros compare pay levels.
This is the Tech Bros hierarchy of needs. People refer to each other as L3 or E5 based on your pay level. And if you're a junior L3, you're only making 200K, which is basically poverty. You need to be L4, and then you need to be an L5.
Isn't that crazy? 200K isn't enough. And then you look at other jobs.
A teacher makes around $75,000 per year. A bus driver, around 75K too. A healthcare worker, around 70K. But in San Francisco, anything below 110,000 is now low income.
San Francisco has always prided itself on equality, but it's actually one of the most unequal cities in America. Yes, tech has played a role, but it's not the tech workers' fault. They came here for a better life. It's also economics.
You have a lot of tech workers with big salaries, not enough homes, and this drives up prices.
For example, in 2025, it costs
$3,000 a month to rent a one-bedroom, $1.5 million to buy a house, $8 for a latte, $30 for a restaurant meal.
And don't forget 9% sales tax, 20% tip, and now there's a 5% living wage fee. By the end, you're paying 35% in total taxes, tips, and fees. Coming back from Europe, this is just crazy. At the end of the day, it comes down to one big factor: lack of affordable housing. Sure, this isn't just a San Francisco problem, it's also true in Amsterdam and many other major cities around the world. But here's the big difference. In Amsterdam, 40 to 50% of the total housing supply is dedicated to social, affordable housing. In San Francisco, only 9% is considered affordable. In Amsterdam, it's not uncommon for a tech worker to be neighbors with an artist. In San Francisco, well, most of the artists have already left. So now you've got a city filled with a lot of young tech people. That's not a bad thing, but it does create a really interesting social phenomenon when it comes to dating. There's a common saying about dating in San Francisco: the odds are good, but the goods are odd.
In San Francisco, there's around 1.5 to 2 single guys for every single girl.
The imbalance has also created what frustrated guys call the 49er syndrome, named after the San Francisco 49ers. It refers to the idea that some women rated as 4s believe that they're 9s. And then frustrated women complain that guys here are emotionally unavailable, avoid commitment, and just want to have fun, also known as Peter Pan syndrome. And finally, if you do end up on a date, it might go something like this.
Warning, do not try this on a date.
Hey, I got a surprise. Jenga, ocean Jenga. You look different compared to your profile picture. Let's get to know each other. I have a question. If you had to choose one enterprise collaboration platform, Zoom, Slack, or Microsoft Teams, which would you choose and why? Slack? Can I add you on Slack? So you're a spiritual healer. Yes, I guide people through sound, breath, and intuitive energy. And you? Founder and CEO of Inner Calm AI. We're revolutionizing breathwork with AI. You can't automate breathwork. Actually, you can. Our app connects to a next-gen wearable that literally stimulates your diaphragm. It has modes like box breathing, the Wim Hof method. Sorry, your job's about to be automated. So then, what's your 5-year plan? I don't believe in linear time. Well, what about tonight? I'm hosting a ketamine sound bath for conscious leaders. You want to join? Okay. Oh yeah, many people who do come to SF, they're transplants. They come here, make their money, and then leave. So many don't want to commit long term. And there's a big culture of polyamory here as well. Many people have multiple relationships at one time. So you have a lot of polyamorous people who don't know what they want and can't commit, which creates a problem. And when there's a problem, big tech wants to solve it. Combine the rise of AI, the loneliness epidemic, and the struggles of modern dating, an AI girlfriend might just be the future. Hey, quick message. So I'm transitioning back to San Francisco and I would love to continue creating and teaching. So if my work resonates with you, you can support me on Patreon. It really helps me keep going. I'm also a professional coach and facilitator in learning and leadership development. So if you or your company needs support in coaching, programs, workshops, I'd love to talk. And if you're a school or university looking for someone to help design, teach programs in career development, storytelling, cultural awareness, I'd love to talk as well. Thanks so much. Okay, let's get back to reality for now, the reality of crime in the city. Because according to media, it's bad.
drug dealing, violence, even killing.
Open-air drug markets and blatant trafficking.
Shoplifting in San Francisco seemed to take its place on the national stage.
But is it really that bad? Let's look at some real data.
So this is a crime heat map of San Francisco. For example, never leave anything valuable in your car.
What is happening in San Francisco?
They made off with $10,000 worth of valuables.
But I want to show you where most of the action is.
I saw more violence in 6 months in San Francisco in 1985 than I saw growing up in New York. Really? All those years.
The most assaults, the most drugs, the most fires, robberies, and weapon offenses in a neighborhood called the Tenderloin, aka the TL.
And I went right to the Tenderloin, Joe, and it was buck wild.
Do not visit the TL.
Hey, so we're in the TL right now, and the TL has always been the TL. I remember taking SAT classes here in high school, and after every class, someone on the street would ask me,
"You want weed, cocaine, LSD?"
But it's gotten a lot worse. The drugs have gotten a lot worse.
San Francisco continues to reel from a staggering drug overdose crisis.
Say the increase is driven by the prevalence of fentanyl.
This is 2 streets from the headquarters of Twitter.
It's wiped out a whole generation.
You literally see people doing hard drugs everywhere. As a kid, I grew up nearby in Chinatown, and I would occasionally walk through the TL. But it was never this bad. Of course, this is only one small part of the city, but it's also spilling over to some other parts too. It's extremely bad and sad.
And the crazy thing is, druggies from all over the US come to San Francisco to do drugs. Now, I used to live in Amsterdam, and people from around the world would go there to do drugs too. But it's safe. For perspective, San Francisco had 2 times the amount of drug overdose deaths as the entire country of the Netherlands.
And the homeless crisis? It's one of the worst in the nation. The city keeps spending money to fix it, but here's the problem. San Francisco has good services, nice weather, and relaxed drug policies. So many homeless people come here, but not enough are getting off the streets. And if we compare the homeless situation in SF to Europe, a graph is worth 1,000 words.
But what a shock, especially coming back from the Netherlands where you don't see homeless on the street. You don't see people doing hard drugs on the street either. Let me tell you a quick story of my encounter with a homeless person in Amsterdam. It was winter and I was walking around one evening and then a lady approaches me. She tells me that she's cold, thirsty. Can I buy her a drink? And I was a bit confused. Maybe she left her wallet at home. So we walk to a cafe nearby. I buy her a warm tea. She thanks me and then she leaves. And then the cafe owner comes up to me and tells me that she's homeless and she lives in a shelter nearby. And I was just so confused and shocked because she was so well put together. She had this nice warm fur winter jacket. She was articulate. She spoke perfect English. In the Netherlands, sometimes you can't really tell if someone is homeless or not. In San Francisco, it's way more visible. And the other big shock is we're downtown and right next door is big tech. Some of the wealthiest people in the world. So the contrast between the super rich and the super poor, it's right there in your face. And it's just so sad to see this level of third world poverty in a first world country. Well, it's time to go to a tech meetup to get some free pizza.
And the other shock is
downtown is dead.
Since COVID, a lot of shops have closed. The malls are empty. And there aren't that many people anymore. It's sad because as a kid, I used to roam around downtown, walking around, going into shops, the malls. This is one of the richest cities in the world. So why is downtown dead?
The first is obvious, remote and hybrid work. Most workers haven't fully come back since the pandemic. And then more people shoplifted. Anything under $950 before wasn't punishable by law. My police friend told me that people would get caught, cited, released, and then they would steal again.
It's so bad that even toothpaste is locked up.
Less workers coming downtown, more people stealing, super high rents, businesses closing, the homeless, the drug crisis.
No wonder downtown is dead. In lighter news, crime has actually gone down in San Francisco over the years. And in 2025, there's also a new mayor in town, so we'll have to wait and see.
Don't get me wrong, the bad stuff is bad. But if you focus on 95% of the city, it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
San Francisco is a place where you can surf, hike, and ski all in the same day. Yosemite National Park, one of the most beautiful places in the world, is only a few hours away. And the tallest trees in the world? Right next door. Fun fact, San Francisco has one of the largest collections of Victorian homes in the world. The hills are no joke, but you can hop on the only moving landmark in the US, the cable cars. And did you know that San Francisco's Chinatown is the oldest in North America and the largest outside of Asia? Living in Europe, I really miss Mexican food, especially a proper super burrito from the Mission. And the weather? Mild year-round, no extremes, just Carl the Fog. Plus, the city is small, compact, 7 miles by 7 miles. And I grew up walking everywhere. It's one of the most walkable cities in America. It's also one of the best biking cities in America too. And public transport? For American standards, it's pretty good. And now, there are self-driving cars everywhere too.
San Francisco has changed. Cities change, cultures change. I've also changed too. And after 7 years in the Netherlands, of course I see SF differently. Business and technology move faster here. Work is a big part of life here. In Europe, life moves slower. There's less inequality, and people seem more at peace. But if you want to accelerate your career, grow your business, make big impact, make big money, San Francisco is still the place to be. The rat race here is bigger. You can really feel the grind here. You either make it or break it. But the soul of the city, SF hasn't lost its soul. It's always been an open, progressive city that's embraced change. But the soul has definitely changed. Before it felt more human. Today, it feels more like AI. But the one thing that hasn't changed? The natural beauty of the city. When I lived in Amsterdam, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, people would always like to ask me, which city do you like more? And I would always say, it depends. Quality of life? Amsterdam. You like nature? San Francisco. You like to travel? Amsterdam. Accelerate your career? San Francisco, if you're the ambitious type. But to me, San Francisco is still one of the nicest cities in the world to live in. But there's a big if.
You don't visit the TL. You don't leave valuables in your car.
And only if you can afford to live in San Francisco. And one last thing, I did not turn into a woman since coming back to San Francisco. And while I may sound critical of this city, it's because I care. It's my hometown. And maybe it's because I lived in the Netherlands, a place that ranks amongst the highest in quality of life. And I know that system won't work here, but I do truly believe that each and every single one of us wants the same thing. A city that's safe, clean, and livable for everyone. So I do hope for the best. So what about you? What do you think of San Francisco? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I hope you take care.